Hi, I'm Phoebe McDowell and welcome to another episode of Dear Dermatologist, where we answer your most common skincare questions. I am joined here today by consultant dermatologist Anjali Mahto, and we are talking all things retinoids. So Susanna, who's 58, has written in saying everywhere she turns these days, she has someone talking about telling her to use retinol. But when she's tried it, her face has become really red and angry, so she feels like it can't tolerate it.
I think everything gets lumped as retinols. And actually what we're talking about is a group of compounds called retinoids, which contain vitamin A, and retinol is one of those. And retinoids have been around since the 1970s. If we look at retinoids in general, there are prescription strength ones, which we won't cover, but then there are ones that you can buy over the counter. And retinols are usually the most common type that we hear about, and they come in different strengths and percentages. And then the step up from them is retinaldehydes or retinals.
Where should Susanna, for example, start?
Okay, so I think if you are completely new to using vitamin A's, I would start with a retinol-based product, and I would look at a percentage of somewhere between 0.1 to 0.3%. Now, these products should ideally be used at night time, and that's partly because they can make you sensitive to the sun, and that's also partly because at night time is the time when your skin is really repairing and regenerating, so you want to be using things that are improving your skin cell turnover. After you've washed your face, you can use a pea-sized amount of that retinol and apply a thin layer to your full face, avoiding the eye area. But because they are strong, I wouldn't go diving in using them every night. I would maybe start off using them once or twice a week, maybe do like a Monday and a Thursday. And assuming you get no redness, no peeling, no flaking, no soreness, you can then build up to maybe 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week, so on and so forth. And maybe 5-10 minutes later, add a moisturizer.
But what is it actually doing at a cellular level?
So your skin has got receptors for vitamin A or retinoids, and when you apply them to the surface of the skin, what will happen is you will set off a chain of reactions in the surface of the skin, which will firstly increase skin cell turnover, so skin renewal improves. But in addition to that, what they can also do is they can help boost collagen in the skin. And that works really by acting on enzymes in the skin known as metalloproteinases. But the net result is you're boosting collagen, so you're boosting that protein that gives your skin its support, its structure, and its scaffolding. And that's how you see the benefits of how retinoids work.
And what are some of the tangible results of using retinol? What can people expect, say, after 3 months?
So that's a good point. I'm glad you said 3 months. They don't work straight away. You do have to be using these products for a minimum of 12 weeks before you will see any benefit. But what one would expect to see over time and prolonged use is reduction of fine lines and wrinkles, and in addition to that, evening out of skin tones. So if you've got pigmentation or sunspots or sun freckles, it will help reduce that as well.
And a lot of people who have sensitive skin will be terrified of using retinol. Are there formulas that work for more sensitive skin types, or should they avoid altogether?
A couple of measures that you can take. First of all, starting off slowly, so once or twice a week. The second thing that you can do is you can use something called a sandwich technique. So after cleansing, you can moisturize first, apply your retinol, and then moisturize again. And then that way you're making sure you're actually adding extra hydration to the skin, which can help cushion the skin barrier. So that's a second way that you can tolerate it. The third way actually is looking for formulations that may be specifically geared towards sensitive skin types. So for example, the La Roche-Posay Redermic R could be a good starter one.
But is it possible that some people simply cannot use it?
That's right. If you have incredibly sensitive skin, it may be very, very likely actually that your skin just doesn't tolerate it, and every time you apply it, you get that burning and that tingling.
Okay, so let's talk through some of the specific products we've got over here.
Yeah. So we've got the SkinCeuticals Retinol 0.3. I think this is a good starter one. I like it because I like the texture of this one, and I think it goes onto the skin quite nicely. I also like the retinaldehyde range, so we're talking here about the crystal retinals.
I love these.
I think they're very good actually for sensitive skin, even though they are actually containing quite a potent vitamin A. And the option of being able to build up the strength of these, I think, is very good. Now that said, there are some cheaper options on the market that I think are well formulated. So the number 7, and then probably the original, the rock one. So I think we have lots and lots of good options, and then always the ordinary as a budget one is a good one to go for. So I think this selection here, I think covers a wide range of price points, but good formulations and textures. You do need to make sure that you're wearing a sunscreen the following morning. We know that these products will make your skin much more sensitive to sunlight and increase your tendency to sunburn. So making sure that you're wearing your sunscreen, ideally factor 30 to 50 on a daily basis, is quite important.
In addition to these products, we'll put all others that Anjali recommends linked in the description below. Susanna, I hope that answered your question, and thank you to everyone else for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Times Beauty YouTube channel, and we will see you again next week for another episode of Dear Dermatologist.